It's DeDe in the morning along with Lady Jade and Michael Sean. And so, Jade came back from vacation. Just last week told me, DeDe, you got to read this book. You got to read this book.
Yeah.
And Jade, I'm going to tell y'all something. Jade is one of those kind of people, she'll say, I don't like to read a whole lot. But this one, you were like, I read this book, you got to read it.
Yes.
And the book is called The Art and Science of Respect, a memoir by James Prince. Everybody, this man is in here.
Legend is in the building.
Wow, this is huge.
How you doing?
Yeah. How y'all doing?
I don't even know where to begin. Like I said, Jade came in from vacation and she was like, DeDe, this book is so good. Matter of fact, she just told me it came right on time as she's going through certain negotiations.
Yeah, I'm going through job negotiations, and I was telling him in the other room, you almost got me fired. No, you gonna give me what you owe me up here. Yeah.
Because you have a part in your book, which again, I'm gonna tell you something. I started reading it, and it is really, really good. And it's very motivational and inspirational. And I don't think a lot of people would think that would be you.
Yeah.
Did you know that then?
Well, maybe they wouldn't think that way. I've been known as what one would call a quiet storm in the industry. So.
To say the least.
Yeah.
Aren't you very feared? Aren't you very feared in the business?
I hope not. I hope I'm respected.
Well, that too.
No, you're definitely respected because I'm from New York.
Right.
You broke the internet before there was an internet. Like how we found out about you, and I was like, who is this man that does all this? Like, did you know? Did you have the vision that I was going to be this big?
Not really. I tell everybody I came in this business because of my brother.
Right, exactly.
My brother was Sir Rap-A-Lot.
Exactly,
I started Rap-A-Lot based on him, and some kind of way, I tell him the music game chose me. I didn't choose it.
Can we take it back from there?
Yeah.
Because the book starts where you're holding your child, you're crying, you're a street dude.
Right.
And he's in a closet.
And you're in a closet. And basically, what's interesting about the book is you speak a lot about your faith.
Right.
So basically, you felt like pretty much the Lord spoke to you. It's like, you got to get out the game. So you go from being this baller to selling everything. You're driving an Astro van.
Now, hold on. When we say baller, can you please explain that?
Well, I mean, you was in the streets.
Okay, thank you.
know what I'm saying?
Thank you. You gave it all up, though. You got rid of everything.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are listening right now that don't understand that they have to walk away from certain things. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, definitely. In my book, I wrote a chapter called "The Biggest Deal I Ever Made," and in that biggest deal, I had to make a transition from the streets to corporate America, and it was one of my hardest challenges I ever made in life because, when you are in the streets, it's almost like a form of addiction. You know what I mean? Without actually being on drugs. Right. And I had to figure out a way to tap in a power that was greater than the power that had me in bondage. And I did, and it was through my faith. You know what I mean? Because the whole while I was in the streets, I was a praying dude. With my goals, everything I ever wanted in life.
Which is kind of an oxymoron.
Yeah.
It really,
Yeah. But if you think about it, for those who are spiritual and know the word, some of the prophets in the Bible, they weren't punks. So I had to be obedient for that very prayer, what I mean, and I prayed, Lord, give me a sign before you take my freedom or take my life. And I got that sign. I was obedient to that sign, and I walked away from the street.
I have to ask you this, and I keep saying I'm from New York, but you were so important. You in the book, am I wrong that you had a conversation with DeDe and Biggie warning them not to go to LA?
Yeah,
when that tragic ending happened?
Well, the way it went was they were in LA shooting a video.
Right.
I was in LA doing some work with Scarface. We was working on Scarface album, and I had left, headed back to Houston, and I heard Biggie and DeDe was shooting that video. So it was kind of on my spirit where I turned the bus around to go and speak with both of them in person, you know, and basically I was trying to describe to them that it was dangerous out there. If I was y'all, I wouldn't even be here, because I had my ear to the street, and I understood the streets where LA is concerned, and also the animosity that was being held around for Biggie at the time.
Right. And obviously they didn't take heed to the warning
Well,
that you gave him.
Yeah, that was a bad ending. We all know
Exactly,
the ending.
yeah.
And you know, I think sometimes, you know, being from the street, some people have what I call a surface deep perspective where the streets are concerned, and they don't understand the depth of protecting themselves. You know, I think Puffy, you know what I mean? Me and Puffy cool. I don't think he felt that urge that I felt to the extent where he knew how to totally protect himself, the severity of it.
I love the way you said Puffy. You said, like, I ain't calling him Big Diddy. I know him back in the day.
Exactly.
Okay?
Okay, so we're going to talk about, obviously, beefs. We got to talk about the Pusha T and Drake beef. But before we do, a lot of people don't know, you squashed the beef between Master P and Pimp C. You talked about that in your book. So you were responsible for that. Diddy came to you. He wanted you to help him with his beef with Suge Knight. You decided not to help with that. You pulled away. How you just going to be like, nah, bruh?
Yeah, well, you know, when you have what you call street credibility, you don't allow yourself in situations that you don't know all the facts. And there was a lot of mixed signals going around the facts of Tupac being shot, where I couldn't sit there, you know, in a position of strength and be like, sure, you wrong.
Right.
Here are the facts.
Right.
With me not having, with different pieces of the puzzle being missing, I'm like, I can't speak on this.
Right.
So what did you tell Drake? The Pusha T diss song comes out. Everybody's waiting on Drake to respond. And word on the street is that you're the one that said,
No.
don't say anything.
Yeah.
What did you tell him?
Well, basically, I just told him we can't respond to this. This done crossed the lines where music is concerned. And, you know, when something crossed the lines where music is concerned, and, you know, me speaking with him, I know he felt some kind of way. I know all the homies around him felt some kind of way because it crossed those lines. And it's the same lines that was crossed where Tupac and Biggie was concerned. And when you fertilize that, then you end up going to funerals and hospital and all that kind of stuff.
Did he want to, though? Was he mad at you for that? He wanted to respond?
Well, he wanted to, but Drake is a thinker. You know what I mean? And I made sense to him, and he was like, I'm riding with you, Pop. Yeah.
So again, everybody, we are talking to Jay Prince. He has the new book out. It's called The Art and Science of Respect. So it is true, though, that obviously they said, you know, Kanye West gave this album to Pusha T and all that kind of stuff ahead of time. Is that true?
I don't know about that, you know. I spoke with Kanye. Kanye thing was he didn't want no smoke. He told me, I'm a family man. I don't want none of this.
You believe him?
To
He's a family
extent.
man, but I mean, but do you believe he's really ain't got his hands dirty in this and he didn't have something to do with it?
Well, we all know what time it is.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You can throw rocks and hide your hand all the time. But, yeah.
I like that analogy. Throw rocks and then hide your hands all the time.
I have to ask you the situation, because you said you're cool with Puff,
Right.
obviously, but the situation he had with Drake,
Yeah.
with 0 to 100, where supposedly Drake released a song that was supposed to. How did that phone call go down, and what made you? Because allegedly he got physical with Drake.
Who did?
Puffy.
All right.
Yeah.
And what did you
So
do?
when your phone call happens, how does that?
So that was a courtesy call.
Oh, I love it. You made it sound so nice.
I know it scared me.
From you.
And that was a courtesy call, and it went how? He picked up the phone.
That
and-
was no. I was out on my island, and I
Excuse me?
kind of got like creative out there, and I wanted
We just gonna say island. Like that was normal.
Because I know you bought an island.
Yeah.
No, I want to speak to Puffy, Suge, and the Cash Money guys on that same courtesy call. So that you know took care of a few situations with one.
Oh God!
So you had them all on three-way? Like everybody was listening? It was a conference call.
Yeah, exactly.
You really had
Exactly.
all three. So you settled everything. And how long did the conversation take? Was it just like a quick?
I think that was probably a couple minutes or something like that.
He
If
said
I'm
a
not
couple of
mistaken.
minutes.
Yeah, it's available, but I just wanted to, you know, everybody seemed to be attacking Drake or conspiring to attack him.
Right.
And I just wanted it to be known that I'm with Drake. He ain't by himself.
Wow.
All right, so I was talking about, you know, when you think about hip hop and everything, what are some of you would say are the best moments in hip hop and the darkest moments?
Well, definitely the darkest moments is the Tupac Biggie thing to me. And some of the best moments for me was when I was able to get radio and video. You know what I mean? Because it was a time I built my label off of publicity and controversy and streets. You know what I mean? I couldn't get radio and video in the beginning. So my best moment was based around the song Mind Playing Tricks, when we was able to like kick in doors everywhere, be accepted, be embraced. You know, being from the South, because we were being discriminated against.
Yeah, it really was.
What do you think about hip hop today?
I like some aspects of it. You know what I mean? I think the youth today are more conscious where content and ownership are concerned, more so than they were back then. You know, which is a good thing for me, because that's all I ever, wanted to do. But I would like to see them pop less pills today. You know what I mean?
And wear less dresses, maybe?
Oh, most definitely.
Because you never did drugs. That was one thing that you talked about in your book, that you never drank and smoked, and a lot of people, glorify that now.
Right. Yeah, I came from a hood where I was surrounded with it, but I always wanted to keep my head focused.
And I have to ask you this. Not only are you amazing on what you did, streets, music, but you brought two of the greatest fighters in history. Floyd Mayweather, you started his career, and you worked with him, and Andre Ward you worked with.
Yeah.
Now, Floyd, actually, how long were you with him, and how did you discover him? How did you go about that?
Okay. I ended up getting into boxing because I was being attacked by DEA, and I had to figure out a way to diversify my portfolio. Because these guys were hanging around, my office harassing, right?
Right.
So I'm like, man, I got to do something else to make some money. And I built a recreation center in my hood. Consists of a full court basketball facility, weight room, computer room, and a boxing gym.
Right.
And as I started observing the amateurs, I'm like, whoa, I want to get in this boxing thing, because boxing was always my first love anyway. So I prayed. I asked the Lord for a champion. I said, Lord, bless me with a champion. I want to pursue this boxing thing. So I set up a meeting with Mike Tyson. Flew to Vegas, met with Mike Tyson, and in the gym watching Mike Tyson spar, Floyd Mayweather came in the gym. And to make a long story short, I cut a deal with Mike Tyson, went home, talked to him. He called his wife, said, I want Prince on my team. Okay. The next morning I got up, tried to reach Mike Tyson. I couldn't reach Mike Tyson. I think his manager heard I was in the picture.
Right.
Unhooked the phone. I couldn't reach him. So Floyd had gave me his number, say, hey man, if y'all want to do something tonight, give me a call. So I asked my friend that was with me, I said, who is this dude right here? Because I didn't know him. He said, man, it's the 130-pound champion. So at that point, a red light went off. I said, man, I prayed for a champion. Wow. So I hit him up and closed that deal within a week. I was his manager for 4 years.
Yeah. So who would you say is the greatest rap group of all time?
Oh, the greatest rap group.
And be fair.
Meaning a group.
Okay. A group.
The Amigos is one of the greatest rap groups I ever heard.
Okay.
Really? I'm surprised you didn't say the Ghetto Boys. Or...
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about the hits. You know what I mean?
No, they have
the Amigos, the amount of hits that they have is like amazing.
Crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Greatest female rapper.
Oh, you about to...
Come on, greatest female rapper ever.
Choice.
Really? Okay. Who would be your favorite, by the way, speaking of female rapper, between a Nicki Minaj and a Lil' Kim?
Oh boy. Y'all trying to get me in trouble.
No, I'm just curious, because this goes on and on. I'm just curious.
Yeah. I would have to ride with Lil' Kim.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. Simply because of the longevity.
What about the Nicki Minaj and Cardi B thing?
Well, I have to ride with Nicki over Cardi B right now. Cardi
based on
B.
hits.
Catalog.
Yeah.
Based on hits.
Yeah, and the time. And
but what about
everything.
talent? Let's go on talent. Who's the most talented female rapper?
Okay, the most talented. Oh man, what about Foxy Brown and
how about
what's
that?
the girl that dissed Nicki?
Remy?
Remy Ma.
Remy go hard too.
Yeah,
she go hard. But I mean, it's a lot of great females. You have Queen Latifah and Salt and Pepper them back in the day. So yeah.
Who's the greatest rapper, male?
Scarface.
Nice.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Scarface. And by the way, Drake, real quick, let's get back on Drake. Drake, is he considered one of the best, one of the greatest?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Does
I
he?
never witnessed an artist like Drake. Yeah.
Did you hear when you made the statement? You said we're not gonna respond to this beef. Had you already heard this amazing album already? So you knew what was about to drop?
No.
Oh, you hadn't heard it yet?
No.
But didn't he go back to the studio and add things? Because to me, on the album, he addressed the kid, which
Right.
to me, I feel like probably wouldn't have come out had Pusha T not said what he said.
No, actually, that was coming out before he said
It was.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We thought he was lying when he said that.
Yeah, no.
I did. I was like,
Yeah, we did. We kind of thought
No,
it was
that one was done. Yeah.
okay.
Finally, greatest rap performer ever
Oh, that's a good
that you've seen on stage.
performer.
Oh, what is his name? The guy that beat bop.
Dougie Fresh.
Dougie Fresh?
Fresh.
Yeah, no, that is
He's a
good.
beast.
That's a good one. Wow,
Yeah,
okay. I thought
he's
you were
a
going
beast.
no Jay-Z, nothing like that. You don't like,
No,
Are you a fan of
performer.
Jay? No.
Oh yeah, Jay, me and them super cool.
So,
Great artist.
Yeah.
so when you sit around the house and you're relaxing, do you listen to hip hop or are you like a jazz brother? Could you smooth or are you
Or
listening
do
to
you
classical?
listen to Taylor Swift or Katy Perry?
You never know.
A combination.
Okay.
Yeah, a combination.
All right. You're so smooth and laid back. I mean, you really, really are. I mean, I'm tripping out on that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
read that way too. In my autobiography, I'm not a speed reader, so.
No.
Does anything make you excited? Like
Money.
He looks at the eye like.
Money. Sex. What?
All of that. I like money and sex.
okay. All right.